Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica Joy if you're new. So basically, let's cut to the chase. I want to talk about how I found out my ex-husband was cheating on me and then also how I found out who she was. It was Sunday morning and we were just leaving church and we needed some gas. So we went to the gas station. My husband gets out of the car. He starts pumping the gas and his phone lights up. And I noticed this name that crosses, lights up on his flip phone at the time. So this is a while ago, when flip phones were really in. So, anyways, um, Chris is the name that I saw on the screen, and Chris was my husband's best friend. And at the time, Chris was in, and I'm using a totally different name. Isn't I want to give that guy some privacy. So, anyways, Chris was in Central America, and Chris had let us know that we wouldn't hear from him, and that he wasn't taking his phone, and he wouldn't be around a computer or any, to be able to contact us. So instantly I knew that my husband was using Chris's name to cover up his tracks of who this person was. And, at the time, my husband didn't mention of any Chris, or I knew we didn't know any other Chris's. So either this was something to do with business or somebody he hadn't really told me about. So I just knew right then and there I needed to check his phone and see who this really was. So I opened up the phone and of course the message was just sounded like a woman. Of course, he was like, "Sweetie, I miss you. I can't wait to hold you again." And they were gonna something about we'll see you soon. And you know, my heart just dropped. I went numb, and I didn't say anything. Um, we got in the car. He got in the car, and we just went home. I played it cool. We put the kids down for bed, and we had a discussion. It was denied. It was made he made me try to believe that it was just a friend of his. She actually was a Christian, and um, she was there for him. And she actually was encouraging us to be together. And I was like, well, then why are you guys holding each other? Like, you were something with this woman. And he just denied it. And, anyways, um, for at least 2 months, he really wouldn't speak about it unless I would bring it up. And he had moved out. He said he was living with my cousin, and I knew that was not true. Um, he was just doing things, and I knew he was with this other woman. But he said, she's actually really rooting for us. She wants us to work it out, and da 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 da. She, um, he just spoke really highly of this woman. And I think that's what made me want to meet her or find out who she was, because I actually was like, well, if she's a Christian and if she's such a good girl and she's so smart and all these wonderful things, then I want to talk to her. I want to, understand why she's meddling in our marriage. And, um, he's like, no, she really doesn't want to be a part of this. I was like, she made herself a part of this. Like, I want to talk to her. I want to understand why she would go about it in this way. Like, I don't believe she can be a Christian, or I don't believe she even has morals if she's like meddling. And, you guys, I know you're cheating, or you're cheating, and this is just another girl. Like, I was like, there might be multiple women in this situation. So, anyways, it was a couple months before I really found out who this person was, and it drove me crazy. Um, I just wanted to be over. I wanted the lies to stop. I just wanted to find out the truth. I wanted to know, is there any chance that him and I would work out, or or is this over? Like, how far has this gone? Because he's making it sound like it's not that bad, and like he just needed some time apart, and we're gonna figure it out. He's just not ready. And I just, in my gut, I was like, no, you're hiding stuff, and I want to know. Like, I want to make my own choice. Like, if you're cheating, if you're having sex with this woman, or planning, like, living a double life, I don't want to be like married anymore. I don't want to be with you. Um, and I just wanted to be able to move forward. Anyways, it just got to the point where we barely even spoke anymore. Um, I didn't even see him anymore, but I like turned to the Lord. Um, I have been a Christian since I've been young, so that's just, if things are great, me and God are like this, and if things are really bad, like, me and him are still like this. So, um, this is just one of those bizarre points in the story where, you know, I don't know how God worked in this way, but he did. So I had been crying like day after day after day after day. I was just like asking God for an answer to who this is. I'm tired of um, this heartache. I'm tired of, the questions that were just racing through my mind. And I actually started comparing myself to this other woman because he praised her so much, and saying how smart she was and how driven she was, and like she's got her life together, and all, like, making me feel bad for being a stay-at-home mom, making me feel bad for, like, that I hadn't gone to college yet and I hadn't done all this stuff. But him and I had also agreed that I'd raise the boys till at least they're in school, and then I could go about figuring out my career or whatever I wanted to do. So I just was just comparing myself to her. He said how beautiful she was and all this stuff, and I just was like, I want to see her. I want to know, is she that, like, is she the shit or what? Because I'll do that, you know. And I just, there's no way it could have been like this woman in my eyes. I'm like, I don't know how. I was like, I can do better. I can be better. I'll do, like, I was at that point. Like, I was very weak. Anyways, so I just got down on my hands and knees, and I was just begging God to just lead me to them. Lead me to them. Like, somehow let me run into them. Like, I believe it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and I was just like, please God, I'm gonna go out and you just lead me to him. He just said, there's an area in close to where we live that's called the Strip, and there's restaurants there, there's shopping, places, and I just, something told me go to the Strip, and I was like, okay. So I just started driving up that way, and it's like when I got there, it instantly said Rockneys, and I'm like, Rockneys, like, that wasn't even one of like our restaurants. I was like, I was thinking of going to places that him and I used to go to, or places that I knew he liked Mexican. I was like, well, man, no, something said Rockneys. Go to Rockneys. So I went to Rockneys. Sure enough, his car was sitting there in the parking lot. I pull in beside him. He's not in the car, obviously. So at the time, I had two children. So the one was sleeping. My 2-year-old was awake. And no, I'm not proud of this decision, but I left my car running and my youngest son in the car seat, and I just decided I'm going to run in there real quick, and I'm going to tell him to come out. Like, I'm going to catch them and, and come back out to the car as quickly as possible. So I take my son and we go in, and I just walk past the hostess. I start looking at, tables, and my, like, where is he? Where are they? It happens to be, it was a big group of people. And but there was a woman there that I knew, and that just was like, oh, it's her. Okay. So there was about 6 people there at a long table, and their, oh my gosh, their reaction was just They were terrified, like, oh my God. One, why are you here? That's pretty much what he said. He's like, why are you here? How'd you find me? I was like, we need to get outside. Like, let's go. Um, the there was two girls that were sitting there, and they got up. They went straight to the bathroom, and he went out to the parking lot, out to his car, whatever. And so before I went outside, because the two other girls went into the bathroom, I went over to the bathroom and I opened up the door. The one girl was his whore, basically, was like in tears, like freaking out. And the one other girl was like, "Who is that? Who is it?" And she's like, "It's his wife." And she's like, "Oh my God, I could have sworn it was his housekeeper or something, or like the babysitter or whatever." And the other girl was like, "No, it's not. It's his wife. Oh my God." Like, she was in panicking or whatever. And basically, I went back out to the parking lot. Me and him had some words. He was like, you have a tracker on me. Get this device off my car now. Like, I'm gonna get you in so much trouble. You're a stalker, this, that, and the other. I was like, really, you're not. I was like, the only person that you can blame is the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit led me here. I don't know how, but he said, go to Rockneys, and this is where like, I didn't, he's like, this is weird. You're lying, and I was like, well, I gotta go. And honestly, after that, I had the best laugh of my life. I knew this woman. I knew her character. Many times, my husband and I had spoke of her in conversation of things she had done, things she had said, and she was young, and her just her morals. She didn't have any. It's basically, she was a homewrecker, and they called me names like Mexican and this and that day, and honey, I'll be a housekeeper any day, but I will not be a homewrecker. I won't be a whore, and I'm not going to be breaking up families like that. And um, just it was disgusting. It was disgusting how they had to treat me because of their guilt. And I just want to tell women, honestly, to know your worth. Um, in those moments, it actually made me stronger. Um, and, just take a moment to step back in those situations. I could have lost control and, went crazy, but, obviously my kids were there. I left in peace, and I just started to realize I need to hold my head up high. Um, and like I said, I just know your worth. Know how valuable you are. Don't allow, your boyfriend, family, friends, your husband, anyone treat you less than. Um, you are beautiful. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve the best. And if you're not getting that in your relationships, I just highly, recommend that you take a step back and tell yourself what you deserve. Tell yourself what you want. Because sometimes in those moments when you're finding out your husband is cheating or he's lying to you about something, all you want to do is just like save the marriage and save this and work and try to change who you are so that they like you. But really, that's not what you need to be doing. You need to take a step back and tell yourself, what do I want now? How do I take better care of myself? Because this person isn't treating me the way I deserve. And if that person can't do it, then you need to create a way of how you're going to help yourself get out of this situation. How you're going to just at the end of the day, you can walk away knowing there's peace and you have it within inside, like it's inside of you. You don't, I don't know. From this situation, it's been years, and I am so happy I made the decision to leave. I was heartbroken for my kids, of course, They're still upset about that. They have recently mentioned that they wished, their dad would have been faithful and that we could be a family. And I wish that too. But I also wasn't going to stay with somebody that I knew would probably do it again and didn't value me as his wife, as a person, as a friend. He discarded me. So I can't be with somebody like that. So that's basically the story of how I first found out my husband was cheating on me, and then when I caught them um, together, which one really weird part about that is he told me that she had just won a gift card to um, Rockneys that day, so it was by fluke. I know that it was all by God because they wouldn't have even gone there if she wouldn't won that on the radio. I guess she called in and she won something, and they sent her to Rockneys that night. So it was all by fluke. It's a God thing. I'm telling you, if whatever type of faith, whatever you believe, the universe, whatever, get connected, and you can start that healing process. And just know your worth, women. Know your worth. My advice for you ladies is, in the beginning, when I found out that he was texting another girl or in a relationship with somebody, I wish I would have investigated more into the text message and like looked up the number. I didn't. I didn't take the time to do that. I was just so scared, and my nerves, my feelings, everything was all over the place when I read that. I didn't even think to take it further. So if you feel like your husband or your boyfriend or whatever is cheating on you, um, just calm yourself down, get all the information you need, and then, I wouldn't have had to wait so many months to find out who this person was, what the relationship was like, and basically beat myself up over the whole situation. I just thought I could change it, but I wish there wasn't such a big gap in there. And so that's my advice, is just get the information as like when you first find out that your husband is cheating, get it as soon as possible. Um, but yeah, it just dragged on and on and on, and that was so hard on me. I cried and cried and cried like every single day, and I wish I would have taken the time to look at the text message and look up the number, but I didn't. Let's just say, I was stupid. I really was. I just can't believe I forgot to do that part. So I just want to let you know, if you want to reach out to me and you need my advice or help or anything, I will guide you through that. I've helped many women over the years with their divorce, or helping them save their marriage, or leaving the marriage, or whatever it may be, or you're in a relationship and you're just not sure, if you can trust the man that you're with. And so I am here for you, and I can help you. Maybe you won't like it, but I will be as honest and real as possible, because that's what I would have wanted at the time I was going through this. Somebody that was real with me, and I didn't always get that. And I feel in those situations that somebody's hurting, maybe you feel like you're going to hurt them even more. But honestly, it's like you just need the truth. You just need really good advice to get out of the situation or make it better. Because a lot of the time you have blinders on. Oops. A lot of the time you have a blinder on, and you're just so focused on wanting to make it work, or why doesn't he love me, or what did I do wrong, and you're blaming yourself and all this guilt, and maybe if I would have cooked him dinner every single night, or you just, there's all these what ifs. If I would have done this. Don't go there. A cheater's always gonna be a cheater, honey. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. So, like I said, I want to help you all. I want to, help you guys avoid the mistakes that I've made in my past, and maybe you can learn something from my story. So please come back, and I'm going to be uploading some more videos in the near future. So we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye bye.